Hello.
Hello.
Hello, James. How are you?
Hey, how are you? All right?
Yes, I'm very good.
Good.
Hi, who's that?
Hi, it's Karen. Karen Holgrave.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. Very good.
Good.
Who else has that just joined?
Hi, it's Manuela.
Manuela. Are you well?
Yep.
Great. I've just come back from Bournemouth, James. James?
Yep. Sorry.
I've just come back from
Mute.
Bournemouth. We were in Bournemouth.
Amazing, was it?
It was absolutely ram-packed full, the meeting.
How many people?
100?
Oh, very good.
No, there wasn't quite that many. Hi, everyone.
There wasn't that many then.
No, it was about 60, I think.
You think?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Standing room only.
Yeah.
So, all good stuff. So, yeah, we're going to do the call. We'll just give it another couple of minutes, let people come on, and one more minute, and then I'll kick it off. So, how was London last week, by the way?
London was absolutely fantastic, actually. I mean, we had fewer numbers, obviously, because of the strike, but it really, really went well. And before and after the meeting, we had quite a good session sitting down in the bar.
Right.
And that worked really, really well because, and it was very together. A lot of people, really hung out well together, and it was very sociable, very good.
Okay. Excellent. Good. And you've
yeah. So say again.
I posted the recordings of these other calls on.
Okay. Well done. Yeah. Good.
Okay. All right. Let's kick off the call. It sounds as though we've got a very small call tonight. So obviously nobody wants to kind of find out how to lead with the business and develop the business. But nevertheless, we will carry on. So good evening, everybody. I probably ask you all to do this, apart from probably one or two people that maybe I've asked to kind of say hello and talk, to get you all just to mute your call button, so that's star and 0. Brilliant. Okay, well, good evening, everybody, once again, and welcome to our Aquila training calls. And tonight, we're going to run through something that I believe is very important, and it's an important subject that we all need to know how to share this information with people. And I posted on the call as well a little bit of information about a document called the Juice Plus Business Overview, and hopefully you will manage to kind of download that so you can actually have that in front of you. But, whether you lead with the business or where you lead with the products, what you've got to do is be able to tell your story, and that's very important. And it's all the stories are the most important part of our business, and that's what really drives it forward. I personally will share the products with people. I'll tell people about the products because that's the most important part. That was the thing that I came in on. And then I'll share the business opportunity with other people along the way. And it may well be that I share the products and the business at the same time, or I may share the products and then later the business, or I may even retail the products to maybe recruit someone into the organization and do them both at the same time. So what I want to do is just really go through just 3 or 4 areas that I see where we actually earn or make our money. And, if I look at our own operation, if you like, first and foremost, people want to come into the business to retail the product. And that's fair enough. And the way that you'll be able to do this is basically you actually sharing your story with other people. So, I got involved in Juice Plus, and the reason I like the products is X, Y, and Z. They made a kind of, a significant impact on my own family's life. I was able to, see a difference in terms of their health. And if you've just started into the business, it's so important to get on the products. The other thing is you will only retail the products that you're physically using yourself. So if you're only using, let's say, the capsules, you only retail the capsules. If you're using the complete shakes, you'll only retail those. So it's very important that from the outset that you at least try all the products so that you actually get a taste for them all, but also that you find the ones that work best in your life. And I know from experience with myself and my wife, completing the capsules are just a must in terms of our own family. We use those on a regular basis, and guess what? Those are the ones that we share. We also have 4 children ourselves. We are very, very keen in terms of the Children's Health Study, and that's, again, another major part of our business, and we retail that through. So we're sharing our story with other people. We're getting the Juice Plus stories out there, and we're giving, our friends and family an opportunity to share in the benefits, and that's the most important thing. Now, to build a retail business, if you were at the sales coordinator position and you retail 2 boxes of Premium Plus every single month for 12 months, by the end of that 12-month period, you would equivalent be earning £2,700. Okay? Now, if you double your effort and you actually retail 4 products a month and do that over a 12-month period, then instead of 2,700, you would actually retail 5,400. And that linear progression in terms of actually retailing the product will continue. Now, maybe you might come across a gym, you might come across a doctor's surgery, you might come across a dentist or whatever, and that's all that they're interested in doing. Or you might come across somebody that might just be interested in products. And we roughly work out that between 6 and 12 customers, depending on the mix of the product, would actually earn you enough commissions to actually pay for your own products, roughly about £460 per annum. So, that kind of level. You may want to build a small retail business, and that's all you're looking at. An extra £225 a month in this day and at this time, we're still in a recessionary situation, is the difference between a little bit of extra within the family budget and not having that extra, just by helping them to develop that small retail business. And also, you will actually get the access to all the products at the wholesale price. So that's the first thing that we want to talk about, is just retailing the product. And, if you drew this out on a piece of paper or you drew this out on a napkin, then, you could do a little circle. This is how we earn our money. First one is retail. Okay, what's the second one? Well, the second one is where we actually build a team of people. And what we're trying to do is we're going to introduce this to 2 or 3 people, and we're going to effectively build a part-time business, alongside what we do. And we're looking for 3 people, let's say, that are, very much like-minded, interested in having and promoting good health like ourselves, and we're going to help them build, and this is the key, we're going to help them build a qualifying business. And we're going to get them to get between 27 and 40 Juice Plus customers. Because we're all charged with the responsibility, no matter where we are and what we do in our business, to actually retail the product. So we're going to help these people to find their 40 customers. And we might do that through small group meetings. We might do that just by kind of sharing that's on YouTube these days, how Juice Plus is made. Just, every opportunity we have, some of the tools, some of the brochures that the company produce, and we're actually kind of just sharing that on a regular basis. Now, what happens is if you can actually find your 3 people to build their, if you like, qualifying business, find their 27, 40 customers or whatever, they're going to earn for themselves effectively £2,700 a year. So they're going to get their £225. But because of the structure and the marketing plan and the way that it works, then you are the person that started this kind of, if you like, a small group that effectively, instead of you turning over just 27, 40 customers, you're turning over between 108 and 160 customers because you've got 4 people in your team. So it's that volume, if you like, business that the company will pay you differences in terms of the marketing plan. And we know from statistics that you will actually earn roughly about £10,000 a year if you can actually conceivably build a business like that. Again, it's part-time. You should at this stage be earning roughly about £800 a month. Now, I'm speaking about commissions here. I'm not speaking about the bonus structure, the Be Independent program, which takes this into another kind of stratosphere, if you like. And that kind of be independent structure is driving a huge growth within our business. And I think, everybody knows about what's happening there. But I'm just talking about commissions alone at this stage. So what we've done is we've started to retail the product. We've built a small team, and they're all retailing the product. And as a result of that, you can think about it, the manufacturer is getting more product moved into the marketplace, and our customers are getting a better, if you like, health as a result of taking Juice Plus. And by the way, there is money kind of flowing back to the company, and we're being paid commissions as a result of that. And because we're actually doing more than we did just by retailing the product, we're building a small group team, we're actually going to get paid more, and that's where we go. Now, if we actually move a little bit further on from there, then this actually concept of building a team underneath you, and what you're looking to do is to effectively try and build a passive income team where, by adding, let's say, another layer underneath you of 3 people, by helping them find their 3 people, then you will actually start to build more customers for the company. You will actually start to build a larger income, if you like, in terms of for yourself. We see that, if you actually manage to build up, another, if you like, 3 tiers underneath them, you've actually then effectively got 9 people below your 3 people, and those 9 people added to your 3 people make 13 clubs in total. And we know that that would roughly bring in about £30,000 a year. Now, I'm speaking here about something that is very, very, kind of theoretical in a way, but it's not. It's very practical. This is actually what's happening in the UK now. But I'm pitching and I'm talking about effectively a methodology and a business model that you could share with people. So your second circle that you would do after retail would be, I'm going to build a team. And then your third circle after your team is you're actually going to develop a club structure. And the more clubs you have, then the better it is. I'm a 39 club, James is a 39 club, and, the next structure that we recognize within the actual National Marketing Director is a 100 club. I worked out that every single club that I get paid on is roughly, passively worth £150 to me in terms of my income. Now, how many £150 would you like? How many people would you like to help to actually develop that passive income? And that's what's on the table when we develop these clubs. Now, the fourth circle that I would draw if I was actually, presenting this to somebody is actually the final part of it is actually just keep on building. You want to keep on building new distributors who in turn want to build their team. And what you're doing is you're teaching other people to teach other people how to build their teams. And what you're doing is you're networking all the time. And I'm sure you've seen this from different presentations. There was a very good one by James Lavelle, which we posted onto the Training for Success page, where let's just start with 3 people. If you can help and teach and train them to find their 3 people, then all of a sudden you've got 9 people. If you can then they help and teach and train their people, you've got 27 people. And then if you go down there again and you find help them find their 3 people, you've got 81 people. The total number of people in your network at that stage, and in terms of clubs, is 120 clubs. And if you can actually help them just turn over £1,250, find their customers, help them, at the very smallest percentage in the marketing plan, which is 3%, your earnings would be £4,000 per month. Now, we're looking at something that, again, for most people would be part-time, yet we're looking at a very full-time income that can be achieved through this business. The next scenario that I would paint in the networking side, I think, let's just see if we can find a couple of extra friends. I've been in the business now for 22 years. I've got 5 lines. In fact, I've got 6 lines now that I've actually managed to help to build and continue to build. And I'm 6 people wide. Michelle and her business, she's got 5 people wide. So between us, we've got 11 people wide. Now, if we do the numbers, just let's do it on 5. Let's say if you get 5 people, we help and train and teach them, get their 5 people, you get 25. Then we get another 5 people from them, we've got 125. And then the next level down is 625. you've got a total of 780 people in that organisation. And you know the difference between the first one, which is 120 clubs, and the other one, the 780, is just 2 people. You've just brought in 2 more people along the way. And that's where we're seeing an amazing success, what's happening within the UK. And again, paid at that very small percentage, that 3% performance bonus level, that income based on every single person doing a £1,250 of qualifying business every single month would be £28,000 on a monthly basis. Now, the reason I put that figure up, not because I'm saying, hey, this is a pie-in-the-sky figure, but there are now people in the UK that are earning that on a regular basis. And all that they've done is they've actually accelerated the number of people that are joining their business by putting on events, inviting people along, sharing the business, sharing the products with as many people as they can. And, that's worked particularly well, and we've seen the growth of that within the UK. And we saw last month 26,000 new customers, and I think there was over 2,000 new distributors in the UK alone. And let's put that in perspective, that wouldn't even fill 1/4 of Wembley, 26,000 people, and there would still be people milling around in London doing all the other things that we do. So it's a very small number. We're still at the very early stages here. So I hope you found that kind of useful. I'm going to kind of hand this call over and just to share some experiences. Suzanne, are you on the line?
Yep, I'm on the line.
Great. I want to introduce you to a very good friend of mine. Her name is Suzanne Burns. And Suzanne Burns, I first met a while ago, but she's actually kind of now gone to the position of National Marketing Director. And she's done this very quickly in a 6-month period, but she's actually also managed to find another National Marketing Director within her business, who's actually gone National Marketing Director in 4 months. So I thought Suzanne, for the call tonight, would be very appropriate. Just tell us a little bit how she's managed to go and build a business, what she's done to use the various things that I've talked about in terms of the business overview. So, Suzanne, would you just kind of maybe give us a little bit of an elongated testimonial and tell us a little bit how you've actually gone about doing that?
Yep, sure. Yes, thank you for that intro. And hello, everybody. So I, just very briefly, to give you an overview, I was introduced to the Juice Plus business a little while ago, but I did bits with it. I absolutely love the product. I felt lots of benefits from it, and so I shared it with friends and family, but I was doing other things at that time and didn't put as much focus on it as I have more recently. And what triggered that was I went to a conference in Dublin in May last year, and I saw at the conference a younger team, I say younger than myself, certainly, younger team in the northwest of England, going very fast within the business in terms of in certain ways. I saw an older Irish team who were having a lot of fun with the business. I saw Ricardo, a friend of mine from Portugal, talking about how Juice Plus was bringing hope to his country in health and wealth because the economy is such a challenge there. And there were all these different things that I related to in that room. So I'd actually gone saying, I'd like to see where Juice Plus is up to. But having other things on at the time, I was saying, it's not, I don't think I've got more time to spend on it at the moment, but, I'd like to see where it's at. And I actually left the room feeling like it was my duty to spend some time on it. I needed to share this, the product more. I hadn't been sharing it as much as I should have been because it's such a fantastic, and it's such a fantastic product, and that it was my duty to share the opportunity of the business with people because people didn't know it was out there and it was making a difference in so many people's lives. So you can imagine with me coming away feeling that strongly about it that I just had to take some action. And in the initial weeks, what I was doing was I was building to events. So I'm sure you've all heard that said before, people building to events. So John Holowati and Emma Sneddon were coming over to the Northeast. John, as I'm sure you all know, personal trainer, has built a big business over there. And so when I looked at my peer group in terms of, just, I suppose that there were a number that I'd spoken to, and I just felt at this stage I was going to really put some time and effort into it and look to build fairly quickly. So I didn't want to just keep it to my peer group, which of course I put the word out to, but I also decided to look at those people that were doing a lot with the business, like-minded people. So I actually Googled boot camps in the Northeast, and I put calls into those the people running the boot camps to say something along the lines of, I'm sure you'll have heard of Juice Plus. It is taking off hugely. It has specifically in the Northwest, which is a very similar area to the Northeast, but actually all around the country. And we've got one of the personal trainers coming across to talk about how he's integrated it into his business, and some of the bits and pieces that some of the information that John had given in terms of the difference that it had made, and I invited them along to the meeting. So there was some interest there. Not everybody took me up. Actually, none of the personal trainers came to any of those meetings. However, I just kept in touch with them, following up. I arranged some meetings myself with them. And one of the people who came on board is Donna Care-Foley, who is the person who's gone NMD in 4 months. Now, for all of us, it is looking at our network and wherever our network's at, and doing all of the things that Gordon is talking about with that network. And wherever we are with that, if we want more, then we sometimes have to go outside of that network. Sometimes we refer to it as going outside of our comfort zone. And I did that. I went out of my comfort zone, putting those calls into the personal trainers, and had those conversations. Now, Donna had a strong network in place because of the boot camps. So it wasn't just her running the boot camps, but she had 5 other personal trainers in the Northeast running boot camps on her behalf, and they were hugely popular, and they're women only. And she did programs within them around 6 and 12-week plans, etc., etc. So she already had the network in place, so she tapped into that network, and from a retailing point of view, and also offering the opportunity of the business to people as well. So she has got, within that 4-month period, within her network, so not all her front line, over 100 reps. 100 distributors, and also over, I think, heading towards 1,500 customers within that network. So, certainly that tells us all that there are people that want what we are offering from a product point of view and from a business opportunity point of view. We lead often with the product because we love it. We absolutely love it. And, you've got various people involved in your business who are very focused on nutrition and health, and that's their background. And the same for us. And this is a product that they're happy, really more than happy to be associated with because of the benefits that it gives them, because of the natural source of the product. So Donna was one of the people that we got going. I got going fairly quickly, and obviously with that sort of team, you have to, I needed to commit an amount of time to make sure they were well and truly supported, knew what they were doing, and that we helped them to take the steps that they needed to at each stage. At the same time, or a similar time, maybe a month later, I brought on board some gyms in the area. So a friend of mine who'd known about the product for a while, I was talking to, and I had seen him a couple of times, and I said, wow, it is making a huge difference and you really should be involved. And I think in the end that's just about all I said to him. And he said, okay, I think we'll do it. And he has 5 gym franchises in the area. So we've been taking it into those gyms, which is a little bit of a different model. And has been quite interesting in terms of getting that going. But again, that's another area that we're in. And I'd also got a couple of reps already, a couple of distributors already involved who were building their business through everything that Gordon's been talking about, actually talking to their friends, talking to their family, talking to their network, and then talking to those people's networks. So Sarah will go SSC this month, we are expecting, and she actually a lot of the people that she spoke to at first didn't grab at it. Certainly on the product side, they did. She built quite a strong customer base, but the people that she had in mind that she thought would love the business opportunity didn't all grab it. But she was very committed to it and loved both the product and the opportunity. She's come to just about every conference since she came on board in August time, and she's just got more and more of a passion for it. She's kept sharing, kept talking about it, and then she's been so excited this month because a number of people who were, who didn't grab onto it initially have come on board with a vengeance. Last month actually, January, came on board with a vengeance. So, there is some commitment to it that has to be there, and a decision in terms of what you want to do, where you want to take it. It's not all about going fast. I decided that I wanted to commit some time to it, as have some of the other people strongly in my team. But one of my favourite stories, and there'll be others as well, it's just that it was sort of soon after I sort of came back into the business again, was Linda Clark over in Cheshire, who worked with it alongside a busy corporate job and as a single mum. And she just did a bit consistently, chose the amount of hours that she could do and utilised those hours consistently, did the activity consistently, and over a 4-year period built her business to get to NMD. So in the summer last year, in July, I think it was, she was able to stand on the stage as NMD and say that her promise had been that she was going to get to the stage where she could give up a corporate job so that she wasn't restricted to holiday times and she could spend the summer holidays with her son. And her son was sat in the front row and she looked at him and said, "And that's what we're going to do now, isn't it?" And that was just amazing. So it's not all about going fast. It's about choosing the amount of time that you can give. And so Donna obviously has gone very fast. And, there's others in my team that are just building steadily. And it's absolutely what is right for any individual and supporting them to do the activity consistently that they're able to do.
Brilliant. Suzanne, that is just so succinctly put. And, I think just picking up on a couple of things that you said, that you are leading with the product, you do love the product, and, you have to put some time into it. No matter where you're going to want to take this business, whatever time you do put into it, you've got to put the effort to actually make it work. And it certainly sounds like, what you've done over the last 6 or 7 months has kind of paid off handsomely. And it's still building, to have those kind of numbers coming through, over 100 distributors, 1,500 customers, you can see that growing and growing and growing, and that's fantastic. And and I hope that everyone on the call tonight we've recorded this call as well, so I will post this up either later on tonight or tomorrow. And you can actually kind of, if you weren't able to kind of get your team on there, you can share some of the fantastic points that Suzanne's made tonight on the call, and with your own teams, and really kind of just see where you can take the business to the next level. So there we come. We've come to the end of the 30 minutes. It's amazing how 30 minutes kind of flies past. Thank you, everybody, for kind of coming onto the call and giving up your Sunday evening. And thank you very much, Suzanne, up from Newcastle, way up in the northeast. And I do thank you again for sharing your story with us, and that's been really good. So, as I said, I'll post this up tomorrow, and then our regular Sunday calls will be back to where we were for the first one, which is all about getting started next week. So thank you very much for everybody for attending the call, and I look forward to seeing you all individually soon. Thank you very much. Good night.